Welcome to Stories with Dice. This is Star Trek Magellan, a Star Trek Adventures 2nd Edition actual play podcast. If you're enjoying our actual plays, please subscribe to Stories with Dice so you'll never miss an episode. Don't forget to rate and review us. It really helps others discover the podcast. Follow us on social media to stay updated. You'll find the relevant links in the description of each episode. It is the early 22nd century, 4 years after the founding of the United Federation of Planets. 5 years since the end of the Earth-Romulan War. Starfleet has renewed their mission of peaceful exploration. But something has gone terribly wrong at Cradle Station, a research outpost on the edge of Federation space. The crew is dead, its lead scientist missing. The USS Magellan's mission? Unravel the mystery of Cradle Station and boldly go where no one has gone before. Hello, Ed. How's your leg doing?
It's good, thank you very much. I think it's almost better. Almost.
Are you still working from home this upcoming week?
I am not. I am going back to work tomorrow morning. So it means I get to... sorry. So, I'm afraid I'll have to actually do some work in the office instead of, sitting at home. And my commute is as long as it takes to open up the laptop instead of driving the hour into work. But I'm looking particularly forward to this finale. So I'm super excited.
Tony. Hello, Tony. Shoving his face with popcorn and drinking booze again. He's ready for the ending.
This is the only way.
It is the only way. Douglas has got his animated face freaking me out, blinking at me while he's sitting in the rec room of the Motion Picture Enterprise. Very nice. How you doing? You doing all right? You lost all your engineering crew, but you're doing okay?
I'm unconscious, so I will be waking up to find out everything that happened in the last 5 minutes.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I didn't even know the ship blew up until I wake up.
That's right. That's right.
That's not Carmelo.
That's
everything was okay.
Yeah.
Everything was fine last time I was aware.
Mr. Carmelo.
Mr. Marco.
Made it back on the train, I see.
Made it back in one piece. Exhausted as hell.
That's all right. I'm exhausted too, so we can be exhausted together. Okay. So we're going to pick up mostly where we left off after I have a little bit of a prologue here to the opening of our finale. I think it's our finale. Let's see if we can land this bird, shall we? In some kind of coherent way. We open on Cradle Station, where it all began. But this is not the outpost the crew of our Magellan visited. It's older, long abandoned. Motes of dust drift through the still air like suspended memories. Bulkheads flake with rust. A disheveled, wild-eyed Dr. Michael Corby moves through the cobwebbed corridors. He retrieves the entanglement drive from his lab, activates his communicator, and speaks a terse command. A transporter chime sounds, and he vanishes in a shimmer of light. In main engineering, aboard the alternate Magellan, Corby installs the drive. Its core pulses with unstable energy. The air begins to ripple, then split. A jagged fissure tears open, a raw wound in reality. Around him, flickering echoes of himself appear, spectral, fragmented, each from a different thread of possibility. He scans each reality, searching for something. A rapid montage follows, Corby after Corby, too many quantum alter egos to count, each shaped by diverging choices, some bold, some desperate, some damning. Thousands of lives lived in parallel, each slightly askew. The montage ends on a massive black cuboid in an underground chamber. Dr. Corby stumbles out and moves through a dark tunnel into the gray light of a windswept cave mouth. He settles in the shadows above the valley, hidden from the monks who dwell in the mountains. How long has he waited? Days? Weeks? Months? Time loses meaning when you fracture causality. He's watched countless possible outcomes unfold in the branching of universes, each nearly identical, diverging in ways both subtle and stark. But none of it matters. He remains hidden, watching, waiting, until at last he sees it. The saucer section of the Magellan, blazing across the sky like a falling star, wreathed in fire, trailing a long, ragged plume of smoke. Far above the surface of Boreth, the shuttlepod Elcano bucks and shudders as it punches through the upper atmosphere. Through the viewport, the senior staff of the Magellan watch in silence as the saucer section of their starship streaks across the sky, burning, breaking apart, trailing fire. They'd done what they could. As the deck lurched beneath them, Edward Rhodes had turned to the captain and said, "Save as many as you can. I'll buy you some time." Without waiting for a reply, he hauled open a scorched maintenance hatch and vanished into the smoke-choked crawlspace. One by one, the escape pods launched. Most fell clear of the disintegrating ship. The alternate Magellan swept in, weaving through the wreckage, retrieving as many as it could, before the saucer finally came apart. Not everyone made it. There just wasn't enough time. But whatever Rhodes did, it was enough to get half the crew to safety. Inside the Elcano, sensor readings spike. Lieutenant Commander Maris checks the console. The destruction of their Magellan has destabilized the link between realities. The alien vessel that destroyed the Magellan begins to flicker again, phasing in and out of existence. The fabric of space is unraveling. Boundaries between universes are overlapping, and the effect is spreading. The source of the instability appears to be somewhere on the planet below. If left unchecked, the entire star system and everything in it could be lost. Suddenly, static bursts over the comms. "Captain, Holtz here. We've detected a warp signature closing. We should have warp engines online within the next 20 minutes or so. In the meantime, I've moved us into low orbit. The quantum distortion field should mask our presence, but we're being slowly pulled into wherever that alien ship is going. Cadet Asha calls it interphase, some empty void between universes," and then the transmission cuts off, swallowed by interference. Below, mountains loom as the Elcano descends toward the surface, buffeted by fierce winds that make the landing treacherous. Now I'm going to need one of you people to land this shuttle pod. So
yes, that's me then, right?
Who's the pilot? And someone that can also be the co-pilot or the assistant.
I'll fly.
I'll co-pilot then.
All right, so for the pilot, if you can give me a control and a con, your difficulty is 2.
Success.
Douglas, do you want to roll for the shuttle?
Sure, I can roll for the shuttle.
Can I use a focus or a talent?
As an assist, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
For the Elcano, I'm assuming it's engineering, engines, and con?
Yes.
That didn't help. No successes from me.
One success is all we get.
What did I tell you?
All right.
We warned you. If we roll, the story's not going to work.
All right, so, Tony, you locate a flat landing platform in the mountains near an ancient stone structure, but you're buffeted by the winds, you can't touch down safely, so you're forced to pull up sharply to avoid crashing into the rocks, and you can make another attempt to try to land, but now the complication range increases to 2.
I'll give you a threat.
Okay.
If I give you a threat, so I need to add 1 die now.
Yes.
1 success.
Well, I got 2 successes.
Thank God.
4 successes in total.
Okay, so you guys now have 2 momentum.
Captain, I've got you. Don't worry.
Maris,
Yes, sir.
since you guys have yet to scan this planet, would you like to scan this planet to make sure the atmosphere is breathable?
Yeah, I think it might be a good idea.
do it. It'll be fine.
So that's hold my breath. It's fine.
So
that's going to be
reason and science.
Reason and science, yep.
The difficulty is 1. Douglas, can you roll for the shuttle?
Okay.
Sensors and science.
Am I using a focus here?
Yeah, I believe you have
That's
one
for
that's
operations.
relevant.
That's
Yeah.
for operations, yep. Okay, so here we go. 2 and a 6.
Maris, you've got 3 successes. The Elcano doesn't give you anything, but that's okay. So you've got 2 momentum from there. So now you guys have 4 momentum. Look at that. Going into the finale with 4 momentum. When has that happened to us this entire season? So, Mr. Maris, the planet registers as Class M. You do detect a handful of life signs belonging to some unknown humanoid species, and they're confined to that large stone structure that's in the mountains. And there's also some quantum interference emanating from somewhere beneath the surface. Now, do you want to spend momentum to ask me a question related to your scans?
Yeah, let's use 1 momentum. Let me see. Is it more important to have some information on who those people are, or what's going on beneath the surface?
Your scans aren't going to tell you anything much more about who those people are.
Right. Okay. Oh my gosh, what would be a pertinent question?
Well, what's the level of technology? If would we have to check that?
How many people there are?
We could, yeah. Level of technology I'm going to go with.
You're detecting subspace communication equipment, but there's no, shields or anything of that nature around the structure.
I'm going to be... I won't ask you another question because you'll take another momentum away.
You can ask me another question.
Okay, what I was going to say, is my sensory perception pricking at any point?
You see, that actually gives me threat. Yes. Now, if you want to know about it, I'll give myself a point of threat. But if not, we can move on.
It's the finale. Go for it.
Go for it. All right.
I mean, what can Margaret do with 10 threat? I mean,
Exactly.
I mean, the captain just ordered me to go for it, so go for it.
Something tugs at you. Not reason, but a feeling. A sense that something is wrong. Something is out of place. And then your eyes catch it. An anomalous reading buried in the haze of interference. A subtle resonance pattern linked to the source of the quantum interference. Strangely, it matches a specific human brainwave signature.
Oh, okay. I'm going to take a guess that's our wonderful doctor.
To Corby.
Yeah.
Well, you do have his neuro profile in your systems.
How about I check his neuro profile to see if I can see a match?
The readings match Dr. Corby's neuro profile.
Where we need to go?
Okay, well, we know where we need to go for this.
Let's hope the people are friendly.
But, Dr. Corby is in your shuttle pod. You brought him along, according to the captain.
So this very well could be another Dr. Corby.
Why doesn't that surprise me?
Yeah. How many of you are there?
What do you mean another Dr. Corby? Says Dr. Corby.
It seems like your little experiments, Dr. Corby, have been causing some mighty interesting ruptures in the quantum field. Other realities seem to be bleeding in and out of ours, including other versions of you.
He gets up and leans over your shoulder to look at your console, and he says, These readings show 2 identical brainwave patterns existing in 2 locations simultaneously, but that's impossible. Obviously, there's something wrong with your computer.
Machinery's in working order, and it's your experiment that's causing this.
Am I still stunned at this point?
No.
So am I back up again?
You are awake, unstunned.
I lean over to Rhodes. I'm afraid something happened to the ship.
I assume something happened to the ship, which is why we're in a shuttle pod.
Yeah, we don't have it anymore. It's probably about 1,500 miles that way. I think it kind of collided with a couple of mountains.
What happened to it?
It got ripped apart. I'm not really sure.
I turn to everyone else and be like, what happened to the ship?
Well, big alien ship from other universe. That's what happened. But there's another Magellan out there, the other Magellan. Hopefully they're looking for us.
Oh yeah, I should have led with that.
What happened to the crew and everyone else?
Well, most got to the escape pods. Hopefully the other Magellan picked them up. We don't know right now. We were too busy trying not to crash this thing.
I turn to Kobe and be like, this is all your fault. If you hadn't been messing with the systems, we would have had control of the ship and could have done something about it rather than being a sitting duck.
If you had not interfered, this wouldn't have happened. I was trying to correct my mistake. You tackled me.
I did.
Yes, you interfered.
You said you had no choice. And that's bullshit. A lot of people over the years have said they've had no choice in doing anything. And that is usually just cover for someone to be able to ease their mind on doing something bad or something unpleasant. It's always a choice. If you say you don't have a choice, you're just making it easier on yourself.
Are you done?
Well, I'm far from done.
Well, in my universe, the Federation is nearly gone. Because of me. Because of my mistake. And now, because of you, they're here. And your Federation is going to be nearly gone in a matter of months. I hope you can sleep well tonight.
Here's a question. Do I believe him?
I don't know. Do you believe him?
I don't know. Kobe, across multiple universes, has proved himself to be very bad and made, like, multiple mistakes, and also willing to overlook, like, very morally unpleasant things. As in, he sided with the administrator before we arrived, met with the enslaved people, and just did not bat an eyelid at that because his work was more important. I died in his universe trying to, like, to resolve his fuck-ups.
As the GM, that is all fair, that is all right.
Also, everyone in Cradle Station died because of him, and he never even batted an eyelid that everyone in Cradle Station was dead. But once again, that was our universe's Kobe. But then again, I think someone looked at the logs on the Mirror Magellan, and it was a lot of very similar stuff, I think, was the general consensus. The alternative Kobe just knew more what was going on. It didn't really seem like he was any different.
Captain, what's our next plan?
Well, we need to understand who is in this location. Is this in reality the cradle of life?
I look over at Lev Maris. Sir, what did your sensors say again?
There are inhabitants inside the structure, and the energy source is coming from underneath the planet somewhere. Not far from here.
Yeah, somewhere nearby. There are lava caves throughout these mountains.
So were you saying perhaps maybe there's a way in through the building?
If we don't find a way into the underground from the surface, I would suggest that the structure might be the only way in. But there are life forms inside. There's life forms inside. We need to be careful. We need to be armed.
I'm sure whoever's there will be able to be helpful.
Famous last words.
You being all optimistic.
I try my best. I mean, as long as they're not horrible, dark, tentacle things or things with multiple eyes, I'm sure we'll be fine.
Those. Let's find out, guys.
Okay, so you step out of the shuttle pod onto that circular stone landing platform. There's mist coils along the ridge lines below you. You're pretty high up. Your tricorders are flickering with interference. There's like a low frequency distortion that ripples through your devices. And then there's that covered bridge that spans a deep chasm leading to that larger stone structure. And you see 3 robed figures that are moving steadily across the bridge, and they're wearing hoods, so you can't see their faces. And one of them raises a hand as he stops about midway across that bridge. And he raises a hand and he speaks in a deep, guttural voice. And your universal translator falters, distorting the harsh tones of his language into garbled gibberish.
Helpful?
We understand anything?
No.
None of us have languages.
It's just coming out as gibberish.
Okay, I will say, greetings, fellow inhabitants of this planet. We are part of the crew as USS Magellan. Now we just crash-landed, and we need your help. Can you provide any help?
What attribute and department would you need to be able to try and essentially understand or try and communicate? Or is it a focus talent kind of thing that allows you to do that?
Yeah, so your universal translator requires many samples of new languages to, so that it could improve its translation accuracy. You need, normally you would get comm chatter, audio of some kind that the device can collect and study, and, the more the better. And then more importantly, it needs time. So without any of these samples that the universal translator can analyze, it's not going to be able to translate the language correctly. However, just looking in my technical manual...
Is that a new marker?
You mean something that you spent money on recently?
Newly released. Technical manual.
Technical manual.
$29.99, I think, is it?
As sponsored by Modifius.
Yeah, the Modifius did not ask me to do anything, hawk their wares. They've not given me anything. I'm just doing it, because why not?
But if you want to,
exactly. If Modifius wants to give me something like, a yacht or,
that sounds good.
A starship. So you can assist in the analyzing of the language that the universal translator collects, and that would be insight and science.
Ooh, I could do that.
And then if you want to help, if you want to create a translation matrix, program it essentially, that would be reason and science.
Okay.
So that all hinges on you collecting language samples from the alien.
So I'll do that. So I won't really engage because I'll be kind of trying to concentrate to sort of get that working, to link that with the universal translator.
Okay, and Captain Karthazareth, so in response to your attempt at peaceful communication, the robed figures he starts speaking more, you can tell from his body language and perhaps the tone of his voice and how the level of his voice, the volume of his voice has now gotten higher. He seems angry. His arms are gesticulating wildly, and you don't get the sense that you're being welcomed.
I ignore and say, my name is Captain Karthazareth. I'm here with my fellow crew members of USS Magellan, and we request assistance. As you can see, we are in distress, and we will be very grateful for any help you can provide. I try to kill a very calm voice and try to temper the mood if possible. I understand why they might be angry because, they probably saw the ships crashing around their planet and causing disturbance. But, we're just in need of help.
He starts shouting at you.
Keep it going.
Yeah, Doctor, would you like to?
Sure. And I'm going to use something I haven't used at all at the entire season, which is untapped potential. And I picked insight as my attribute. So whenever you succeeded a task for which you bought one or more additional dice, I'm going to use a point of momentum.
Okay. You're going to need 2 successes. That's your difficulty.
It's okay. That's fine. Essentially, I roll d20 after the roll. If the roll equals 2 or less than the chosen attribute, I gain a bonus momentum. If I roll higher, you gain a bonus threat.
Cool. I like that.
So we know which way this is going to go. Right. So I'm going to remain composed. So as long as you're happy with me using that focus.
Insight and science is what you're doing?
Insight and science. I am going to do that.
By the way, Dr. Corby starts backing away to the shuttle.
Whoa.
5 successes.
5 successes.
To roll for the shuttle as well?
Yeah, we can say that you tied in because you guys are not in the shuttle, that you tied in your tricorder to the shuttle, and that's how you were using it.
It would just be computers and science?
Yes.
All right. I don't know. Maybe we could just get all the momentum that we haven't got throughout this entire campaign. Or not. Or it can just fail.
Cool. And I get a bonus momentum because I rolled a d20 and I got under my insight. That's 3 momentum?
It's actually 4.
4 momentum. 4 momentum.
This is the first. You've maxed out on your momentum.
It's just crazy. I saved it all up for the last episode.
You did. So you're analyzing the patterns in the grammar, in the language, and you notice that it bears 1 or 2 similarities to languages within the Federation database. So you can go ahead and give me a reason and science task to get that translation matrix created. As you do that, there's a 4th figure running down the covered bridge, and he's shouting, and he's not wearing a robe.
I'll take another momentum while we're at it.
He's wearing armor.
There we go. You pushed your luck ahead. Right, you thought everything had changed, but no, nothing ever changes.
Go, look at those fuckers.
They said they're going to steal our stuff.
And as I say that, my English turns to whatever language it is.
So the universal translator, so basically he got no successes and a complication. And so the complication is like a mistranslation, right? So the robed figure that Captain Karthazareth has been interacting with It sounds like he's saying something about like grinding your bones into meal and eating them. That's what you think he's saying? So you're starting to wonder if these guys are cannibals. And then that fourth figure who's running down the covered bridge, who's wearing armor, your universal translator translates him screaming outsiders, and he pulls out a disruptor.
Do you know what? It reminds me of Mars Attacks. I think he's saying we come in peace. I don't know. Okay, it's gone a bit wrong, Captain.
It has gone a bit wrong. That is the understatement of the season.
I continue trying to calm the spirits down and try to be very positive and assertive. I don't know what I need to roll to do that, but I'm trying my best to try to make them stand down and take us as, just fellow travelers who need help.
Right. Well, yeah, I guess I'm still trying to translate. I look at Lieutenant Commander Maris. I'm going to go, I'm not sure if I'm doing this right.
Well, we got a mistranslation. Maybe if he can't talk that guy down, somebody's going to need to use their phase pistol on stun. He's running. I don't know if we have time to try and do another pass through the tricorder, but maybe we could.
Yeah, well, he fired a shot off, so just give me 1 second.
Was he setting a stun or death?
Disruptors don't have stun saves.
This alien has long hair, a bony ridged forehead, and wears armor. He fires his disruptor pistol, but misses. The energy beam strikes the stone at your feet, Captain, exploding it into a fist-sized crater.
I pull out my phaser, I put it to lethal, and shoot back at him.
Okay.
We're doing that, okay?
Doing lethal.
Give me that roll.
Not lethal, sorry, non-lethal.
Non-lethal. I thought you
sorry,
said... I'm sorry.
No.
He did say lethal. Everyone was like, oh... We come in peace, shoot to kill, shoot to kill. Shoot to kill.
So go ahead. That's okay. Go ahead and give me that control and security roll, Tony.
1 success. This is so annoying, seriously.
You missed. Yep. So yeah, your phaser blast hits the covered part of the bridge and it burns a hole through it.
Well, this is the finale. I mean, it has to have, everything comes to an end in any case.
Well, while that's going on, did we have time to do another pass through the tricorder, the universal translator?
Yeah, once your turn comes up, you'll be able to do that.
Once we die.
Once we die. Looks like we're going to die.
Nope, no successes for this gentleman here. I'm actually... Okay, so one of you guys can go next. Tony's gone, so...
I will not be doing any more translating.
Do we have a good shot? Douglas, Carmelo, who is the best shooting?
I'm back in the shuttle. I never got out because I'm absolutely shattered. I'm taking a breather.
What? Okay,
Right.
Carmelo, go for it.
Yeah,
Sure.
Douglas,
Okay.
you noticed that Dr. Corby hightailed it to that little tower off to the side of the complex, off to the side of the platform.
Oh, did he? Okay.
But well
Then,
done.
even though I was taking my breather, I will follow him.
Okay, you follow him.
Sure.
You follow him inside, and there's a staircase that leads down the side of the mountain.
Is he like heading off down?
He is, yes.
I'll just pull up my face pistol and be like, hold it, doctor. You're not going anywhere.
He doesn't stop.
And
Are you going to shoot
do I
him?
want to give him a warning shot? I'll give him a warning shot. Why not?
Okay, you give him a warning shot, and then he freezes, and he puts his hands up.
We're facing this together. No running away.
He starts making his way back up the stairs. Dr. Travis, what are you doing?
Well, I've seen the other two duck into the tower, which seems like a really good idea because... So I am going to shoot in their general direction. I am not worrying about the translator anymore. I think it's fairly obvious what their intentions are. I'm going to shoot and run. I might as well spend a point of momentum. I don't really have anything to kind of add to it, so just a good old-fashioned roll. So, that is complication, but 2 successes.
Complication, but 2 successes. Okay.
I get rid of a complication. It's a threat, just momentum.
You can spend 2 momentum to create a trait that removes a complication.
If he is going to make a complication.
Right.
But Marco is right. You can create a trait to resolve another trait, technically, by spending momentum.
So if he says, you're
Well, the complication still has to happen for you to do something to resolve the complication, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm going to create the complication now, and I'm going to ask you to roll a d20.
Okay, let's roll. My life.
That was a
20.
good. Is that bad? Let's see.
Phaser blows up in your hand. Hit overheat.
is very bad. You successfully shoot one of these robed figures. So what is your...
Damage of 3?
Damage of 3. Okay. So, yeah. All right. So you stun this guy right here. He's stunned. And then something... The weapon sort of gets hot in your hand, and it sparks, and it explodes.
Can I spend the momentum to create the trait to get rid of thing?
So you basically, you can either, to avoid the injury, you can add 3 to your stress track. Since you had it on stun, if you had it on kill, you might have died.
Your hand gets deleted.
I throw the phaser as soon as it starts to spark. I guess it catches hold of my hand and my bin it.
Those early 22nd century phase pistols, they're so finicky.
Temperamental. I make my way to the little tower.
So, Mr. Maris, you almost get shot by this energy weapon. It goes right over your shoulder, and the initiative goes back to you guys. I'm rolling just as bad as you guys are.
We don't mind that.
Well, the captain ordered me to shoot, so I'd like to shoot back. There's going to be...
Control and security.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. And am I using a focus here? Let me see.
If you don't have like a hand phasers as a focus, then no.
No, I don't have them. Oh, okay. Complication range?
Regular.
Okay, here we go.
Nope. Your phaser fire goes wide. And you start to see and hear other people shouting and running out of this building. Soon you're going to be overwhelmed.
Captain, I say we need to make a run for it.
Back to the shuttle.
Captain, you have been shot.
Does it hurt?
It does. If you want to avoid the injury, you have to add 4 to your stress track.
Oh, for it. I'm at 7. Asking everyone to move back, to pull back and kind of take cover under the shuttle pod.
Okay, so you guys are moving into the back of the shuttle pod over here.
Yeah. And using it as a cover.
Okay. Dr. Travis, when you get into the tower, you see Stephen Rhodes holding Dr. Corby at gunpoint.
Steve, what's going on?
Trying to do a runner.
Corby, do you know where you're going? Or are you just running away?
I might know where I'm going.
Captain, this way!
Travis, don't trust him. He'd say anything.
So, Captain, you hear your doctor shouting for you.
Hey, go back to the building. We can probably defend better from the building. Yeah. Ask everyone to retreat. It's a very strategic retreat.
So, Corby still has... The two of you get into that tower with Dr. Travis and your engineer, Rhodes. And you see Corby with his hand still up. Rhodes is holding his pistol at him, and they seem to be having a tense conversation. And Corby says to the doctor, if you continue to listen to your chief engineer, we're all dead. You have to trust me.
This guy was quite happy to run out of us and leave us to our fate and didn't care about anything else.
I think he cares about whatever's going on down inside under
he
whatever
cares
that
about
is.
himself and what he has done, Ed.
Well, I think that we can get him to take us to the other Corby.
Your science officer detected a quantum distortion field underground, did he not? Did he also detect the brainwave patterns of, well, ostensibly me?
Which you said was impossible.
I lied.
See, Scott, you can't trust this man.
Look, I think if we need to resolve this and resolve it quick, I'm quite happy to shut whatever that thing is off. And, I mean, feel free. If he takes us to wherever he needs to go, and he lies, shoot him in the face.
He's got 4 phasers on him.
Lieutenant Commander Maris, you have some education in quantum mechanics. I told you it was impossible, but it is impossible unless there are 2 versions of me coexisting in the same reality.
That doesn't seem to be, well, it's theoretically possible, but I don't think how it's practically possible. We've only ever seen one Magellan come through. We haven't seen multiples, and they all have slightly different signatures, quantum signatures.
I think we need to run or fight. I think the guys outside are not going to let us debate this.
I'm going to take a chance. I mean, what's down there we can deal with later. We need to get away from here. He's got 4 phase pistols on him. If he tries anything, I say we go down, find out whatever it is. It's probably something that can be shut off.
I'm going to turn to the captain and just look at him for a decision.
Right, let's go down and see what is out there.
We're either dead in this
We need to
universe or
stop.
alive in another one.
Exactly, we need to end this.
Go, Corby, go.
Go, let's go.
Okay, so you follow him down these stairs, and it takes you into a cave. And he leads you through a labyrinth of winding tunnels. You could hear those aliens, the guttural shouts of those aliens echoing through the passageways. So they're in pursuit of you.
Can I use the phase pistol to, like, cave in the entrance behind us when we go into the cave?
Sure, you could do that.
So they can't follow us directly.
Okay. Yeah, so you've sealed yourselves in to this particular tunnel with your phase pistol. And as you move deeper underground, the tunnel abruptly widens into this yawning ravine. It's about 20 meters deep, 10 meters across, you reckon. On the far side, the passage continues. So you can either scale down and back up the opposite cliff face or follow a narrow winding ledge that skirts the edge of the ravine. And Dr. Corby says, this wasn't here last time.
Maybe you were in the wrong universe last time.
Okay, I'm getting a bit sick of this.
That's quite possible.
We can hear the guys are not following us directly anymore, right?
Right, because you've caved in the tunnel.
Right. Kobe, we're going to sit down for a few minutes and you're going to explain everything, or I'm going to push you into this hole. Not what is relevant or obfuscation, everything.
Thief seems angry.
He will turn to the captain and be like, with your permission.
I just smile.
Captain, are you going to let him threaten me like that?
I don't know what you know. Tell us. Why are we following you? Where are we going? Convince me that this is the right thing to do.
Do the right thing this time. Convince us to do your plan. Not just take it out of our hands because it's the only way.
All right, I will try to explain this in a way that your limited intellect can comprehend.
Use crayons.
Your vessel was quantum entangled with another Magellan. When your ship was destroyed, the link between the two universes destabilized, beginning to unravel the boundary between them. Now the two realities are merging.
Sounds bad.
That can't be good.
And what's your recipe to heal this? How do you want to solve the situation?
There is a device on the other side of that chasm. If you allow me to reach it, I may be able to stabilize our two realities.
Is there I kind of feel that there is something else there.
Why is this your fault? You've said that multiple times. You were making up for a mistake that you made. What did you do?
I created the quantum fissure. I believed I was reaching out to a benign cosmic intelligence, the source of all sentient life. But I was wrong. They were simply the first biological species to achieve sentience in our galaxy. The Saurians call them the Ancient Ones. The monks on this world, known as Klingons, call them the Herc, a word that means outsider in their language.
They here. Why this planet? What's special about this place?
The device is an anchor.
Built by whom?
That is a question I do not have the answer to.
How do you know that this is the way to go?
When were you last here?
Me, it seems like I was last here yesterday. But in reality, months, perhaps?
Why didn't you resolve this problem then?
Because I hadn't discovered the solution yet.
Solution is to do something with the machine that was here last time you were here?
You start to hear weapons fire, so it sounds like they're trying to blast their way through that cave-in.
We are losing time here, but I propose that you, Douglas, you, Lieutenant Rhodes, and you, Lieutenant Maris, have a look at this machine and give me your diagnosis about what Dr. Corp is saying. If your analysis tell us that this machine can help us, then so be it.
You've seen this machine before, Kobe, right? Last time you were here.
Yes.
And you know how it works.
I know that it works.
Could you give us a rough idea of what to do just in case something happens to you? Just so, if you happen to fall into this chasm when we're crossing it, we're not all dooming both realities because you kept it a secret?
That I cannot say.
think he needs to take us to the machine first. And we can question him on the way.
I think we need to leave.
Yeah, and pretty fast.
Which way?
So do you want to go around, or do you want to scale the ravine and climb up the other side?
So where exactly is this thing? Where was this thing last time? It was up there, over there?
So the tunnel is cut off by a chasm. On the other side is the other side of the tunnel, so you just have to cross that chasm. So you can either climb down and then back up the other side. That's a fitness and security task. Difficulty is 2. Or you can go around, all the way around, and you'll have to spend 2 momentum or give me 2 threat per character. Or you can make a difficulty 0 fitness and security task to create momentum, which can then be spent on moving through that rough terrain.
The most direct one.
Scaling the ravine.
Yeah, but I don't think we have very physical people with us.
Say.
Do we have time? Which is more time-consuming?
Probably going around is more time-consuming, yeah.
Okay.
So scaling the ravine, those tasks will succeed at cost, so no one will fall to their death, but you will have, maybe a broken bone, or maybe you drop a phaser, or you twist an ankle, or something like that.
But if the doctor falls to his death, we're all doomed because he's the only one who knows anything. So in this sort of situation, I'd maybe recommend the safest rather than quickest.
I could recommend that because I don't think we have any physical people with us. And we don't have any tools to help us with the climb.
Marco, I look around. Can I create a trait? And that trait being some climbing equipment that happens to be left around from last time, or that one of the other aliens have left?
I will say yes, and I will take 2 momentum from your pool for that.
That seems like a plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool,
kick
thank
around
you.
and look.
So while they're having all that conversation, you go ahead. You're kicking around looking for stuff. Give me the narration, Ed.
So I'll be kind of looking at sort of like the edge, and while they were kind of having this conversation, I kind of look over and see there's like some pitons and a bunch of climbing equipment that's sort of like hanging just on the edge. So you wouldn't have seen it as you kind of ran out onto it. And it's only because I'm like letting them do their chat that I kind of look down and see it and point down and just say, we can always use this stuff. And I kind of pull up like a bunch of the pitons and the crampon and all the other kind of climbing equipment and go, we could use these.
It's Federation gear, by the way.
In which case...
Which is really bizarre because no Federation vessel has been out this far.
Yeah, but he was here recently. Then
That's
again, the hole wasn't here last time.
Right, and he goes, those are not mine.
Don't question the gift horse in the mouth.
Are we even in ours? Are we even in our original universe now?
Look over at Steve. You remember your survival training from Starfleet Academy?
Oh, it's been a while. But we used to use these sort of equipment on the old mining colonies.
So scaling the
Or
ravine,
none at all.
with the equipment, the difficulty from 2 goes down to 1.
Okay, cool.
So everyone start making your fitness and security rolls for me, please. And Camelo, survival works for you as a focus.
Okay.
Hazard awareness for me?
Sure, I'll let you use that.
And what was the complication range again? 2?
No, the complication range is 1.
Marco, question.
Yes.
I was hanging back and not doing anything when we were on the shuttle pad. Can I count that as taking a couple of minutes breather?
Yes.
Well, I'm no longer fatigued. Okay. Would mining operations make sense for this, Marco?
I'll say yes.
1 success.
1 success is all you needed. All right. So you guys have scaled down one side, back up the other. Yeah, in that ravine, the tunnel narrows, it twists sharply, and then it opens into a vast circular chamber hewn from the rock. The air shifts as you across the threshold. It's cooler. It carries the scent of like burnt oils. Light is filtering down through some shafts above you. At the center stands a massive black cuboid carved from a dark, dense stone. Its surface is traced with lines that appear illuminated. The floor around it is ringed with grooves that are worn deep by centuries of footsteps, tracing a meditative path, perhaps.
That sounds familiar.
The stone beneath your feet is polished, not by tools, but by generations of boots and bare feet. There are sharp, angular inscriptions on the walls leading up toward the cathedral-like ceilings of this enormous chamber. You see reliefs depicting warriors, just like those aliens that you saw outside with the ridges on their foreheads.
Does Does this large thing look like the thing that was under Cradle Station?
It looks similar to it. And scattered around it are like weathered tokens, pendants and cords and ceremonial daggers. And though the chamber stands empty, the silence here feels preserved rather than abandoned. And as soon as you walk in with Corby, those lines that are illuminated start to get brighter.
You all right, Maris? I'm just checking, because last time he went near one of these things, he got a bit funny.
Yeah, he's feeling fine.
Yeah, and it seems like almost like we're invading a sacred space.
Wonder if this one's talking like the last one. And I'll take out my... Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll pass over my face pistol to Scott and just be like, there you go, hold that for me.
Thanks.
And I'll start fiddling with my tricorder, because I managed to figure out how my broken tricorder or the broken communication picked up the signal last time, way back. So I'm going to try and see if there is that signal as well happening here.
Call back to episode 1. Crazy.
Can't remember what
I did not waste my time when I took apart that thing.
So give me a reason and science task. Your difficulty is going to be 0. So you can either just take the success, or you can generate some momentum.
It's 11. I'm going to just take the success. Our luck has been dire.
Now, are you taking scans as well, or are you just generating those frequencies?
I'm trying to see if I can find those frequencies again. I'm not scanning the thing yet. What was it talking about last time? It was a message or something.
It was a message. Yeah. It was a message about an alien race that had broadcast a welcome message to the stars, looking to see if there was any other intelligent life out there. And then what answered back was dangerous, right?
Yeah, it was like a sort of story, almost like a myth or something.
Yeah, like a warning. So yeah, you find those frequencies again, and the cube starts to shift, and a door slides open.
I'll glance over to Corby and just give him a sort of like, you think you're the only one who knows how any of this works? Look, not that hard.
Mr. Maris, what are you doing? What is everyone else doing? What would Spock do in a situation like this?
I'll try to use...
Fascinating.
Yeah, fascinating.
Fascinating. Would I be able to try and communicate with it on a psychic level?
Yeah, I'm going to give you this one for free. Your ESP is not detecting or feeling any intelligent presence.
Just a device. I don't suppose there's any point in me. I mean, if Rhodes already scanned it with his tricorder,
he didn't scan it. He just emitted a bunch of frequencies that opened a door.
Right. Okay. I think it's time to scan with a tricorder to see what actually has been revealed to us.
Okay. So give me a reason in science. Your difficulty is 1.
Science. Gotcha. Okay. And roll.
3 successes. All right. So you have 2 momentum. So your tricorder reading suggests that the quantum fissure is anchored to the cuboid, which is exactly what Dr. Corby had told you. But the entangled particles are influencing one another across your scan field, clouding the analysis. The structure itself remains impenetrable to your tricorder. Carbon dating yields no measurable age, and quantum dating returns only paradoxes. Do you want to use any of that momentum to ask a question?
Yes. I'll use one. Why not? I'd like to know that if is it opening doors to other realities now, and would we be able to step through them to get out of this situation?
Yes.
Okay, Captain, we could do that, or we destroy the thing.
What's Rhodes up to while all this is going on? Sorry, not Rhodes, Corby.
Corby is just sort of standing there watching you guys. And as Maris asks the captain for advice on what to do, you hear some movement in another passageway into this chamber. And you see another Dr. Corby stepping out of the shadows. And he says, it's as if the cuboid predates creation itself, Lieutenant Commander Maris, waiting in the dark before even the stars were born.
How's that possible, Doctor?
I don't know. I don't know how it works, only that it does. It has no mechanism that I have found, no circuitry. But with it, one can move through quantum realities. Every branch, every thread, every possible choice made. I'm not the only one who found it. I've crossed paths with other versions of myself in every conceivable reality. And he points at the other Dr. Corby. each born of infinite choices and outcomes. And in every single one, the constant remains. The Federation does not survive the Herc.
Is this your purpose for trying to use this device to save the Federation?
Yes.
Is our Federation in danger?
If they are here, then yes. I have tried everything to undo my mistake, as my counterpart...
There's the real reasoning.
As my counterpart over there, I'm sure, has told you.
And your initial mistake was?
Waking them up, assuming that they were something that they were not.
How long have you been here?
I can't remember. I've lost track of time.
Why didn't you resolve the situation just now? You knew it was happening. Why wait for this moment?
Because only one option remains. I needed the instability between your universe and the universe of the other Magellan.
To do?
Correct my mistake, gentlemen.
How is that going to correct your mistake?
You caused quantum entanglement all to resolve your original mistake.
That is correct.
Sounds like you created even bigger
it's
one.
It's all about him. It's nothing about the Federation. It's resolving his mistakes.
What you've done, Doctor, is create an even bigger one. We've got universes bleeding into universes, others trying to cancel each other out. We may have one only option, but to destroy it.
You cannot destroy this. The process has already begun. There's nothing you can do to stop it.
How do you reverse it?
You can't.
How do you put them to sleep? If you woke them up, how do you turn it off?
I am overwriting your universe with mine.
Yep, this is peak Kobe right here.
As I said, the process has already begun. You may have noticed your crew missing, new crew appearing in their place. I am resurrecting what was lost in my universe.
Your universe, the Federation's already gone, so how are you saving the Federation? Ooh, did you just lie to us again? He's like, oops.
I look at our Dr. Corby, well, our other Dr. Corby, and I'm kind of like standing next to him, and I kind of, within sort of like whisper range, I whisper to him, can you fix this?
And he moves in close to your ear and he says, that's what I've been trying to tell you.
I'm going to shoot the other Dr. Corby.
Okay, and just before you shoot him, to answer Stephen Rhodes' question, because in your universe, the Federation still exists.
This guy, it's bullshit in every universe. Even the one where he was fused with the blooming machine, he was bullshit.
No matter what universe you go to, bullshit smells like bullshit.
So go ahead and give me that roll, Dr. Travis. It's going to be control and security. You've got 2 momentum if you want to buy some dice.
I'll buy an extra dice. Why not?
You need 2 successes.
Are you shooting lethal or non-lethal?
Douglas, what was the phaser on?
Oh, it was on stun. Because was I going to kill Cope? No. I was being good. Yeah, so it's on stun.
I thought about lethal for a second, but then I realized that's not me.
Okay. So the Dr. Corby okay, you rolled. All right, hold on.
No, he didn't roll, Marco. That doesn't count. That was a 1 success if anyone's listening. So
yes, 1 success.
Can I add a success with more?
What are you trying to do?
I just want to hit him. So can I add?
Are you looking for like a talent to see if you can re-roll something?
Yeah, or can I just add a point of momentum to give myself another success? Does that work?
You can't do it after the fact.
After the fact.
You have to have done it before you rolled.
Can I re-roll? Is there anything I've got for a re-roll? I don't think I do have anything that's a re-roll, unfortunately. So, yeah. There we go.
All right, so you miss and he ducks out of the way and he's like, I am unarmed. You have an out. And he points to the door that opened up in the cube.
Not my universe.
Corby, do you know where that leads exactly?
It leads to every possible, conceivable choice you have ever made and ever will make in your life.
Let me know when I can shoot him again.
Now?
What are the rest of you guys doing? So, Captain, your doctor just shot and missed at the other Dr. Corby. Douglas, you don't have a weapon because you gave it to Dr. Travis.
I've got my tricorder, though, that can do remote commands, apparently.
That's true. And the door to the cube is open.
I tell stand down. What are you doing, Lieutenant Travis? Let Dr. Corby get things fixed.
The guy over there literally said he's going to genocide an entire universe.
The doctor's not standing for it, damn it.
Damn it.
Like,
Stand
mass
down.
murder on, like, universal scale.
It's not gonna do anything with us here.
I have a question for Dr. Corby. Corby,
They both say yes.
you, the crazier one than the one we have. Is it possible to step through that thing and to maybe sidestep ourselves into our own universe, but in another location? Like either somewhere else on this planet or maybe on the other Magellan right now.
This is an access point to quantum realities.
Can we control what reality we go to?
Not in my experience. Now, Mr. Maris, you know that the cube responds to Corby because it brightened when he entered. And you know that there are two Corbys. And you do have some knowledge of quantum mechanics. Give me a reasoned science task. And you can use your quantum mechanics focus.
That's just a normal focus there on there. Okay. Complication range 1?
Yep. You want to buy a die?
Yeah. I'll go
I
to
hope
3.
this is what I think it is.
Okay. Here goes nothing.
My goodness. Oh, wait, I'm not reading that right. There we are. 1 success. Okay. No complications. That's good. In the back of your mind, as all of this is going on, you're sort of like running the numbers. You know, you're like calculating or putting everything in place that you know so far. And you theorize that the fissure is not actually anchored to the cube. It's anchored to Dr. Corby, to both of them.
And that would explain the signature that matches.
Right, that they are actually entangled observers, a quantum paradox, two identical consciousnesses existing in the same universe.
And the universe doesn't like paradoxes.
Right. So every action they take widens the fissure, making it more unstable as it moves with them. That's your theory. And so two versions, as you just said, the universe doesn't like paradoxes. Two versions can't coexist in one reality. So the only way to seal it is to resolve the paradox.
This is just like the two Magellans issue, but with two people. What was the original solution to resolve the Magellan issue? Something synchronizing something, was it?
Right.
Right. Well, now you actually think that might have been incorrect because you didn't have all of the pieces.
Guess the question now is...
So the instability that the Dr. Corby that was with you on the shuttlepod, the instability between the two universes, he told you it was caused when your Magellan was destroyed. You no longer believe that.
Corby has lied every single every.
Right, he is an unreliable narrator. Right, the instability is being caused by them.
But Maris's original solution for the Magellan didn't come from any Corby stuff. That was something he came up himself.
Right, but he didn't have all of the pieces to the puzzle, so he came up with an incomplete conclusion.
So maybe actually terminating the other Corby's life might be the answer?
To them at the same time.
At the same time. Very interesting. I know Starfleet's not about killing people, but I think in this instance, to save our universe, we may have to take them both out.
Hang on. So the issue is that both Corbys exist in this universe at the same time, right?
Yes.
But if they both go through that door, they'll go to somewhere else.
We're not putting them through the door.
But maybe they might have more technology to be and more time to figure this out. We've got very little time to figure this out.
Close the fissure. We have to murder two people to save everyone else.
Yeah, and I'm shocked that Scott Travis doesn't have a do no harm value because he's a doctor.
Or we can have faith in ourselves from another universe might be able to figure this out. Or someone else.
I think the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Or the one.
Maris, what are you doing once you've made this, you've come to this conclusion in your mind? What do you do with that information?
Well, I don't think I have time to relay it to the captain. I may have to just act on it. So, is Scott Travis going to try and fire first? Because I think I'm going to take out Dr. Crazy.
I will let you both fire simultaneously.
Cool.
Bless your heart. Okay, so Travis, you want to go first? Or same time, ready? Okay.
Sure. Go.
You go.
Nope. One success for me. Oh, two successes.
Very nice. So, Lev Maris for the win. He's got 2 successes. Dr. Travis had 1. Just as he's about to bolt around the backside of that cube, Maris pulls out his phaser and just shoots him. And now, Maris, what did you set your phaser on?
Kill. Yeah.
So he pulls out his phaser and shoots the man in the back as he was about to run.
Which Corby?
I sound
Is it
horrible.
older
The crazier Corby.
We'll call him the
Crazy
crazier
Corby. So who was Ed shooting? The one that was right next to him?
No, the same one. No, the same guy.
You both were
You
shooting
both
the
shoot-
same guy.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you vaporize him. He disintegrates.
Commander, what the hell was that?
It was an answer. It was an answer to this problem. I hope.
I guess I turn to
What? You
our
just...
Corby and say, what is it you need to do?
We can't have two Corbys in the same universe at the same time. That's the paradox. Get rid of the Corbys. Seal the rift. Save the universe. 2 lives for the billions and billions and billions in this universe. I say it's worth it.
There has to be another way.
Sometimes there is no other way. I don't like to kill. Do you think I like to kill? There is no other way sometimes.
Are you saying there's no other option?
I don't believe that there is in the limited time I have to analyze the situation. I was wrong the first time about how to close the fissure. This has to be the reason, the way to do it.
How do we know that there are no other Corbys? I don't know. I think you rush it. We had 3 Corbys at some point.
The third Corby's dead, yeah. The one that was fused to you incinerated him too.
But the Corby just doesn't have to be in this universe, right? Resolve the paradox. So if our Dr. Corby goes through that gateway, he won't be here anymore.
But then he'll create more Dr. Corbys.
No, yeah. Like he may end up in a universe where there is no Dr. Corby. I'm sure there's many universes where Dr. Corby didn't exist or died earlier. Our Dr. Corby, I think, is died.
I set my face to kill.
There's plenty of options. It's the same logic as hit Dr. Corby. No other way. So it gives
What are you doing with your phaser set to kill?
I just step it to kill. I'm going to wait to see what anybody else wants to do, but that's my next thing.
Okay.
I'm sure Dr.
I'm right
Corby
next to
probably has a
Corby,
say in this matter. We're just like, should we kill you or not?
Gentlemen, I suggest someone scan for the anomaly, says Dr. Corby. He puts his hands up because he feels like he's next.
Yeah. I guess I stand, so I will just bleep, bleep, bleep.
Dave?
Okay, yep. So you are no longer registering that quantum distortion that was emanating from this location.
Yeah, not picking up any quantum entanglement thing anymore. I show the thing to Maris.
Does that mean the fissure is fixed?
I will walk over to Dr. Corby and show him the readings as well, carefully.
Have the doors closed.
The doors of the cube has not closed, but yes, Dr. Corby confirms that the quantum fissure has been closed.
I could just press a couple of buttons and close that. I opened it with this thing.
Shouts echo from the tunnel behind you. The Klingons have broken through the cave-in roads triggered. Dr. Corby points at the passage where his counterpart appeared. That also leads to the surface, he says.
We need to close this. We cannot live with this open.
Yeah.
We
Produce this thing. Let's close it.
send something through the thing? Does if something explodes as you send something through, will that destroy the gate?
Dr. Corby says as far as he knows that this device is indestructible.
It's a gateway to everywhere, right? Every quantum reality.
That's what he said.
This is a bit outside my wheelhouse, but can we change the entrance to the same location as the exit, therefore negating itself?
How would you propose doing that?
I don't know, if it's just like a transporter or something, you just change the other end of the gate where you're going to come out.
Steve, that sounds like something you could probably do.
But I don't know. This is all hypothetical, way out of my thing. But if it works anything like our technology, yeah, you pick an exit.
But it has no circuitry. This is Dr. Corby speaking. It has no mechanism, no circuitry. How would you do this?
Well, it appears to work on some sort of like frequency-based commands. I suppose if we found the right resonant frequency or something. Maris, wasn't there some sort of frequency we had for like our universe or whatever?
Yes, we had a quantum signature, yes.
Maybe if we used that frequency, if I transmitted that frequency, that would be like...
That's not a crazy idea. It could work.
Yeah, but do you remember what that frequency was, Maris?
Maybe
From
that
your
would just
briefing?
close the entire place.
It could...
I quickly programmed the frequency into your tricorder.
Okay.
I can provide cover if you, Corby, and the rest can close this down.
As you're having that discussion, Dr. Corby runs into the door.
shoot him.
Okay, I will give you that chance.
In fact, how would you like some threat? I have no hesitation. At the start of the round of the action
My
scene,
gosh, you're a deadly killer.
you may add one threat to take the first turn, regardless of who otherwise have acted first.
You are one hell of a doctor.
Your middle name is John Wick, man. It's called John Wick Travis.
I'm just thinking about the most number of people I can save, right?
His oath is do no harm unless you fuck with me.
Killer doctors from outer space.
I hit him, but with a complication.
Okay. Wow, what's this complication going to be? Damn you with your complications. All right.
I'll have to keep you on your toes, Marco.
So you hit him. You hit him just as he steps through the threshold of the cube. The door does not close behind him. The phaser blast seems to have done something to all of your electronic equipment, except for your tricorders, your phasers have all shorted out. Once your beam crossed that threshold is when all of your tricorders and your phasers shorted out.
Is this before Maris could do what he needed to do?
What was Maris going to do?
Well, I put the frequency into his tricorder, but he didn't get a chance to use it yet.
Or else he'd have a real not fun time in that doorway if it's stuck in a paradox, going round and round.
Give a roll, and if you succeed, we'll say that it happened just before that beam crossed the threshold.
Could I argue daring, as it is just a split second sort of thing?
Yes.
Okay. Engineering would it be to use this device? Because Maris just programmed the thing. I don't have to think. I just have to do what I did before.
Right.
Okay, what's the difficulty?
1.
And do I have any relevant... I don't think I have any relevant focuses for this. The jury rigging probably does not count in this circumstance.
Okay. So tell us what you've done.
We basically changed the exit of the portal to the entrance, so it's stuck in a loop. Whoever's just gone in there is now stuck in that tunnel forever.
The door closes after you transmit the frequency, and just before it does, the lines that were illuminated, they brighten a little bit, and you catch a glimpse of what's beyond the door, and it looks like it is infinitely long corridor with doors on either side. And Corby turns around, wide-eyed. What have you done? And the door closes, and, if this were a TV show, we would cut to him inside, pounding on the other side of that door. No! And the corridor that he's in now no longer has any doors in it.
I feel that's very fitting for the end of Dr. Corby.
So your communicators are the only devices that didn't short out, and the captain's starts beeping. When you answer it, Koval's voice crackles through. Captain, the alien vessel we tracked as inbound has just arrived. They've entered the system with shields raised and weapons hot, and they're transmitting a message. Yamamoto is working on the translation, but it'll take time to decipher their language. We're also picking up additional warp signatures heading our way. I recommend you return to the surface immediately so we can beam you aboard and evacuate the system.
Do so and start moving into escape maneuvers to get out of here.
Yes, sir. Okay, so the Klingons storm into the chamber just as you slip into the other tunnel. They open fire, chasing you through the twisting passage. When you reach the surface, the transporter locks on, and moments later, you're in the Magellan's transporter room, just as the starship warps out of the Boreth system. So the scene shifts to the bridge. You're all at your stations. Hours have passed since you left the Boreth system. You're 100 light years from the edge of Federation space. 5 long years at best, aboard a starship that was never meant to travel so far for so long. To survive, you'll have to push the Magellan beyond its limits. The silence stretches, heavy with the weight of what lies ahead, until Ensign Yamamoto breaks it from the comm station. Captain, I have a full translation of the message. Playing it now. A harsh voice crackles through the speakers, seething with fury. You invade our space. Bring the plague of the Hurk to Boreth, our sacred monastery. For these offenses we will hunt your kind to the last world. We will root out your homes, your colonies, your every refuge. We will burn your names from the memory of the stars. Tell your children, and their children after them. We are coming. We are Klingon.